Everybody, welcome to the webinar. I'm here at PowerPlus, here with Edwin from PowerPlus in, what do you call this room, Edwin?
The product testing room, the messiest room in the entire facility.
You should see my room. Yeah, so we're going to be doing, can you mute your thing? There's a bit of an echo there. So we're going to be showing you the Whispr 7, how to put it together, some of the features. We'll wait just a couple of minutes for some stragglers. Let's see how many people we've got here. We've got about 8. You can, Scott's saying hi there. So if you can just confirm you can hear us. Looks like you probably can. I've got a multiple camera set up, but it seems to be a bit difficult to switch between them. So you'll have to forgive me if that's a bit clunky, but hopefully it'll be all right. Sound is on. Ian Rowland says sound is on, question mark. Can everybody else hear me? I think you had trouble last time, didn't you, Ian? Or maybe that was different, Ian. Sound is all good. I think it might be at your end, Ian, sorry. Maybe check the mute button on your laptop or the browser, the top tab at the browser. That's an easy one to get caught up. Whispr by PowerPlus, installing and commissioning deep dive. So let's get into it. So just a little bit about DPA. For those of you who don't know already, we are a distributor and we specialize in off-grid and hybrid on-grid applications. So we do lots of batteries, long relationship with PowerPlus, and we're really keen to support the Whispr 7. And you know, our point of difference is that we are very technical and we give great customer service, and we're just nice guys as well. We're located in Port Melbourne and we have a whole range of products, but we're here to talk about the latest and greatest from PowerPlus. Edwin is going to talk to you a bit about PowerPlus.
So, hi everyone. PowerPlus Energy is an almost 9-year-old company in Australia now. Family created company. Everything's done in Australia. We make our batteries here. We do our technical support here, and we hire people who are specialists in Australia. So even our salespeople most of them are ex-installers rather than just pure sales.
Yeah, that helps.
So yeah, normally when you're buying something from us, you're talking to someone who knows how to install something.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk today about the Whispr 7 product. So PowerPlus Energy has predominantly been off-grid focused. So large residential, premium off-grid, small commercial.
Yeah.
But the Whispr 7 lets us get into that really big, competitive, scary residential market.
Yeah, yeah. And with the new battery rebate, it's perfect timing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Something that's rebate eligible.
Yeah, yeah. And fast installation is the name of the game these days.
For sure.
Especially with people wanting to crank out the installation before if the rebate. Is there any news that the rebate might run out? I think they just put more money into it, haven't they?
I guess it'll be the same as the solar STCs because it is the STC system.
That's right.
I guess they promised X amount of millions and have paid out billions.
Yeah, yeah.
Now they've promised X amount of billions and they'll pay out quite a bit more, I guess, over the 5 years.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
So if you could just take us through what the Whispr is, for those who don't, I'm sure most of you already know, but let's just go over the main features of it.
Yeah. So the Whispr 7 is a stackable battery package from PowerPlus Energy. At the top of the stack, you've got a 7 kilowatt inverter, followed by 4 batteries in the stack. We always sell that standard package, 4 batteries combined with 1 inverter. The batteries add up to 13.4 kilowatt hours of energy. The inverter has 3 MPPTs, inbuilt DC breaker, I think as per the industry standard for now.
Yeah.
But we also have inbuilt AC breakers.
Okay.
So you'll have your AC input for the grid, a built-in breaker. Same for the EPS circuit or the backup circuit as well.
So that means you don't need a subboard.
It is a bit of a grey area, but it may mean that you don't need an ugly AC isolator right next to it, as long as you apply the correct label to the inverter. Right. But I should stress it is a bit of a grey area.
Okay.
Because we'd have to double check the ruling because that AC isolator might be needed when you need to remove equipment. And in our case, when you're removing equipment, the AC isolator comes with it.
Okay. Yeah.
And you could argue that you're isolating it in the meter box.
Yeah.
So, like I said, grey area. It will depend on your inspector's opinion, I guess.
Yeah, it wouldn't be right if it was too clear.
Yeah. Standard Australian
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
installation rules.
You need a degree to read it. And what else we got? App. What's the app?
Right, a big part of the Whispr 7 is how clever it is online. So
Okay.
PowerPlus Energy have launched an app onto the Google Play and Apple.
Okay.
So we have a PowerPlus Energy app that
Yep.
is linked to the inverter itself.
Okay.
The app allows us online monitoring, commissioning and support. PowerPlus Energy are able to see systems that you've commissioned as well.
Okay.
So if you do have an issue with the system or have any questions,
Yep.
or you just want to know that it's connected to the internet, you can call us. Someone in Australia picks up.
And you don't need to share it with them. They've already got access.
Yeah, we've
Yeah, that's
already got
great.
access.
Yeah, fantastic. And it's all the servers all local.
All local servers hosted in Sydney, AWS.
Great, fantastic. And that's so on your phone. Is there web portal as well for on the PC?
There is a web portal, so
Yep.
a website, powerplus.vpp,
Okay.
which I'll double check that link
Yeah,
and
okay.
we'll share it after the webinar.
Yeah, cool.
But there is a web portal version of everything as well. And
Okay.
on the web portal, it evolves a little bit. You'll see a little bit more detail, fancy pictures of a house or fancy pictures of a factory if you've got a bigger system there.
Okay. Yeah.
So the UI changes, but the feature set remains the same.
Okay. Great.
The app also allows us integration with VPPs.
Okay.
So that's where we'll have an API integration with, say, Local Vaults or Amber.
Yeah. So you've got both of those.
Amber we're still working on. Local Vaults is complete.
Okay.
And the app also allows us automatic integration with all of the CSIP requirements here in Victoria.
Right.
So when you're doing your commissioning, you type in the NMI.
Yep. And
you select your region.
Yep.
In the state.
Okay.
And it will automatically do the linking for you for CSIP.
And that's just done in the app once you've.
That's part of the commissioning process as you step through the steps in the app.
Great, and we'll go over that a bit later on.
Yeah,
that's great. And so Amber's in the works, and that's just. Do you have to sort of work with them for that, or is it just a case of you get their API and you just do the integration yourself?
We work a little bit with them because we can just grab their API, but we do need to work in a little bit with them to make sure that the handshake is okay and that we're using their API properly.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if they don't police their API, then people can go under attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
There'll be too many things with it.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. What else we've got? We've got installation speed. You're probably going to see how quick and fast that is as we show it.
Yeah.
And blackout ready. So
blackout ready, blackout protection. So everyone can see the picture of the Whispr 7 on the screen. There's no separate gateway or switch box or EPS box. All of the things you need for the backup circuit are inbuilt.
Okay.
So you run an AC cable into the system from your distribution board, and then you run a second AC cable away from the system to wherever your backup circuits are.
Yeah. Okay.
And all of the internal switching happens inside the system.
No worries. And is there MEN link that's just going to stay in the main switchboard, or is there MEN link there?
It'll just stay in the main switchboard.
Yeah. Okay.
So we don't bond the earth and the neutral inside the inverter.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So let's move on. So the topics we're going to roughly cover are, what comes with it, the tools you're going to need, any clearances and guidelines, and then we're going to step through the electrical connections and the commissioning connections, the power on sequence, and then a few other little topics if we have time for it. But the purpose of this is not it's not a broad overview about the product. It's just to show you the bits, show you how it physically fits together, so that if you're thinking about installing one of these, when you get to site, you're going to be at least a little bit more confident in putting it together because you'll have seen some of this stuff before. So I'm going to turn off my PowerPoint now, and I'm going to just go over to a camera. See if we've got a good shot on that. There we go. So that's this one here. So you can, Edwin, tell us what we've got here, and I'll manipulate this camera.
No worries. So we have a partially assembled Whispr 7.
Yep.
So we can show everyone online how the batteries stack together. At the absolute bottom of the system, you'll see a base plate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the norm for a few other brands as well. Our base plate is packaged with the inverter itself.
Yeah.
So the box that has the inverter in it has the base plate.
Yeah.
So there's no separate part to keep track of.
You can't lose it.
Yep.
Yep.
And what you'll see are also the side covers on the battery modules.
Yep.
The side covers, they come detached.
So you just lift them up like that.
Yep.
Okay.
They sort of hang on a little hinge here. And you'll notice that between the batteries, there's not only the handle to make lifting easier, but there's also just a link that goes between them. That's your mechanical fixing.
Yeah. So not electrical, just mechanical.
Correct.
Right. And then at the back, we've got these wall mounts, right?
That's correct. We do recommend that you have one of these brackets per battery module.
Yep.
To make it secure.
Does the base plate have one as well?
The base plate doesn't have one.
Okay. So the base plate just sits there by itself, and then the first module makes the connection to the wall.
Correct.
Okay. And does it come with the bolts, or do you need to provide your own?
It will come with all the bolts, everything you need to get an installation on there. So all the brackets, all the bolts.
Yep.
And all of the plugs, which are currently plugged into the system there. So MC4 connectors, AC plugs,
Right.
including the AC plug for the backup circuit as well.
Okay. Well, actually, let's just have a look at this little module that's on the top here. So
Right.
tell us about that. Is that just a locator pin, or is
That's
that
correct. So that's just so you get your alignment.
Yep.
And what I'll do is I'll place the last battery on top of the stack.
okay?
You'll have to give me, I'm not very strong.
Seem to be doing all right. Yeah. Okay. So that we just use the locator pins to do that. So that's pretty hard to get wrong, really. And then we've got over here, that must be the electrical connection in the little square box there.
That's correct.
Yep.
So IP20 connection. So I can't get my finger onto the live parts of the terminals there.
Oh, that's good.
And the middle pin is just an earthing connection straight through. These are your active and neutral, positive and negative batteries. Okay, so we might be in good stead for the TS5398.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So everyone's talking about that right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that.
And the next thing we'll do is we'll get the inverter on top.
Okay.
Gareth, I might need some help with this one.
All right, so I'm going to just put this camera over here, and you can see that I'm even weaker than Edwin.
Not possible, but we'll see. What you had? Mine. So same thing, we've got locator pins.
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, that was pretty easy.
So everything is resting on top now.
Right.
We've already got our AC and DC connections in place.
Mm-hmm.
So should we fire it up?
Well, let's just go through that process just to make sure that was really clear. So the process that we just did of just putting the battery on top, you're going to do that 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
Yep.
You're going to put your plate in, put your battery on, fix it to the wall, and put the next one on. And let's do this little bit here, shall we? And show that little connection in between the two.
So you'll see these 2 screw holes which are lined up,
Mm-hmm.
and it comes with these little plates here. So
Yep.
ones that you're going to see are fairly weathered because they've been used a couple of thousand times for
Demonstration.
practicing and demos.
Yep, that's good. And is that an M8 or an M10 we're going on?
That's an 8.
Yep.
The next one I'm going to use is a 10.
For the wall bracket?
Just for the sake of keeping the pattern.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We do like to alternate them, but we do give you a full set of bolts. So it's
Oh, yeah.
it's
Oh,
not
so the
it's
bottom
not
one
mandatory.
8 and the top one is 10. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So these are the 2 types of bolts that come with the system.
Yep.
But we normally do supply enough of the 8 that you can.
Oh, so you wouldn't. I see. Okay, that's good. Yep.
And we can do the same thing for between the top battery and the inverter.
Yep.
Oh, sorry about that.
There we go. Yep, that's nice and straightforward. And so this is going to be the same on the other side, I assume.
That's correct.
That's great. Okay.
I guess for the sake of keeping the demo time down,
Yeah.
we'll just go with one side.
Yeah, I think people can probably draw the dot.
And they can see here how we mount the brackets as well.
Yep.
So this screw can come loose and you can adjust how far away from the wall you want the system to be.
It's just like IKEA furniture. I think that's covered. Okay.
That might be our inspiration.
Yeah. The echo in this room. Okay, so that just slots on like that. And do we need? And you don't need to fix anything on for that.
No, and these covers are made of metal as well.
Great. Okay.
We do like metal. We have mixed feedback on other solutions, hard plastics, and whether they'll.
Yeah, there was a bit of controversy about that at one point. Well, before we put that on, let's just have a look at these connections in a bit more detail. So what have we got here? So we've got our PV connections in here, and so the standards say you have to always use the same type of MC4, the same brand.
So we use the ones that are packaged with the inverter.
Yeah, so it comes with those.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of the 3 MPPTs? Just convenience for east, west, north?
A bit of convenience, but also we can keep the MPPT current levels a bit down.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So having 3 MPPTs is actually a bit more cost effective than having 2 monster MPPTs.
Yeah.
But it does give you more more flexibility. Houses now, you may have 2 or even 3 aspects, and you just want to give people the option to.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you don't really need to decide if you've got one big aspect.
Yeah.
Just use all 3.
Simon was saying that, but the actual maximum current is quite high though, so it's still suitable for the larger panels. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do oversizing. There was another feature to it. I forget what it was. For claiming the higher SDC.
Right. So we on our data sheet, we
Yeah.
state that you can do a 200% overload.
Yeah, great.
Right. So with STCs, normally you can only claim the 133%.
Right.
But because we're always installing with an associated battery,
Yeah.
the limit for STCs is now the manufacturer's recommendation.
Because you can have energy going to the battery and being inverted.
Correct.
Because the DC buses before the inverter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because of that, we can breach that 1.33.
Yeah.
And the manufacturer's specification, in this case, what we say is the 200%.
Right. So what's that total amount of
14 kilowatts of panels.
Okay, so you got
7 kilowatt inverter.
You got that, everybody? That's shouldn't I? So that's, even though it's a 7 kilowatt inverter, you can claim 14 kilowatts of STCs. That's a pretty big deal, I think, because panels, at least to the wholesaler, are close to the STCs at the moment, are close to covering the cost of the panels. So you may as well put up just as many as you can. And then what else we got here? We got our AC connections. These, what do we call these types of connectors here?
I would just call them AC connectors at this stage.
big round AC connectors. Yeah.
So we package these within the system.
Yep.
You've got the larger of the 2 connectors is your grid input.
Yep.
And the smaller one here is the EPS output.
Yep.
So there's a few things to this. So internally, there's a relay in between these 2 terminals.
Okay.
When the grid is offline, the relay will open.
Yeah.
So we'll physically isolate from the grid.
Yeah.
And the inverter will immediately start up as a microgrid.
Okay.
And it will support anything connected to this backup plug.
What's the switchover time?
It's less than 20 milliseconds.
Great. Okay.
So it's pretty quick because all we're doing is hooking a relay.
Yeah.
The pass through that can pass from the grid input through to the EPS output. This is 40 amps from the grid.
That's pretty good.
So up to 40 amps can come in from the grid through our inverter system and out on the backup circuit.
Yep.
But when you are in your microgrid mode or backup mode,
the
inverter is only rated to provide 30 amps of backup for the 7 kilowatt inverter.
Okay, so when the grid's down, you're only going to get 30 amps.
Correct.
What does that work out to in kilowatts?
7.
Okay, well that sounds pretty reasonable.
Yep.
And these are pretty straightforward to wire up, are they?
There's instructions in the manual on exactly what to do there. You won't need any special tools.
Okay. Yep. All good.
The only thing that you might call special would be an Allen key for the earthing bolt.
Oh yeah. So we've got this earthing bolt down here. Good shot of that.
And we've got additional options for earthing as well. They're labeled on this bracket.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. That's up there. And so, what's the story with this earthing bolt here? What needs to happen with that?
Well, the previous standard or installation behavior for most installers was that the PV earth would run down to the inverter.
Right.
From what I've heard from installers, it may have changed that the PV earth needs to run directly to the meter box now. But we still have this earth connection in place.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we are earthed through the AC cable as well. There is an earth connection here too.
Yeah, that's the normal PE, and this is sort of the chassis PE, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So check your standards installers on that. Make sure you're getting it all tickety-boo. And then we've got down here, we've got some comms ports. What's the story with these?
Right. We do have, so just on top, there is an AC port that you can see called generator.
Oh, yeah.
This one is not active in Australia.
Oh, okay.
So
Right.
we don't use this.
Yep.
And this one labeled dry, this is a dry contact port, or it's almost like a do anything we want port. So we would use this for example, generator control.
Yep.
So sending a start-stop signal to a generator.
Yep.
In the future, we can use it for a hot water control.
Okay.
So it's just a functional dry contact that we can change the function for.
And it's RJ45 in case the focus isn't very good. And is that, how many dry contacts are in there? Is it 4 pair, or is it just 1 pair? Or
I believe there's 2 pairs in there.
okay.
But we might have to double check which ones we can actually get a hold of and use.
Okay. Yeah. And then what have we got over here?
This is labeled as our DRM0/meter.
Okay.
So the meter connection comes in here, or external DRM signal comes in here, depending on who wants to control. But different both signals at the same time, just different pins.
Yeah. Okay.
While we're there, plug in our meter.
Oh yeah. There we go. And we've got the meter is just hanging down artfully here.
Yeah. That might not be the best thing to show on a video.
Yeah, well, it's a demonstration. It's not a. It's
the product testing room.
That's right. Yeah.
Now we are an IP65 system.
Okay.
So packaged are also the plugs you would use for this to make it weatherproof.
Fantastic. So it comes with how many weatherproof plugs? 4.
4.
Yeah. Great.
One for every connection.
And then so down the bottom here, parallel. What's this for?
These are currently not active for single phase.
Okay.
But for 3-phase, they're going to allow us to do real 3-phase backup.
Fantastic.
So you could install one of these per phase.
Yep.
And when you do go into the blackout mode, they only support physically the phase they're connected to.
Yeah.
But the parallel connection will allow us to have synchronized 3-phase output.
Yeah.
So if you do have a 3-phase aircon or a 3-phase load specifically, we will be able to run it.
Fantastic. And is that available yet?
It's available in the next 2 weeks, we believe.
Great.
So very close.
And you can unbalance the phases, obviously, because they've got separate battery banks.
Separate single phase inverters, separate battery banks.
Fantastic. Okay. And so once we've done all of that, what have we got over here?
Right. So we've got AC breakers. One is for the grid connection and one is for the backup circuit.
Okay. Yep.
And just on the top, we have our DC array PV isolator.
Okay. Yep. So you don't need an additional external isolator?
That's correct.
Okay.
So that's all approved. AS4777.
Yep.
60947-3. But we also have our on-off switch.
Oh, yeah.
Please do not forget to hit the on-off switch when everything is plugged in and turned on.
So I have a very similar thing with the with another brand inverter, which maybe I won't say the name of because it's not a PowerPlus inverter. But it's often people ring and say it's not working, and it's because the little switch on the side.
It's a haptic switch, isn't it? It doesn't move.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same as that. It's just such an easy mistake to make because the screen is on, but the thing's actually off.
Yeah. So our switch, when that is pressed in, it will light up. Right. It will depress and stay depressed.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll physically be able to see that it's on.
So no, that's a bit better then. Yeah. And then these circuit breakers here. Does this mean that you don't need a another subboard, or is that a bit up in the air?
I wouldn't say necessarily a subboard, but it might allow us to sidestep the need for an additional AC isolator right next to the system, which is far away from the meter box.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think, like we said at the start of the video, might be a great area for installers to check specifically in their region or with their inspector. Yeah. But this is an IP67 cover on these as well. Yeah. So they're very well protected, and they just give you a bit of extra flexibility if you want to quickly check something or diagnose. Fantastic. Or isolate. We can do it right at the inverter. Great. Shall we pop around to the other side? Sure.
No, I don't have to look about the cameras at the moment. I'm sorry. While I'm doing that, does anybody have any questions? You can put them through in the chat. Let's check this. I was working nicely earlier. Okay. So now we've got camera number 2. So what have we got over here?
So on this side of the system, we have our DC breaker for the batteries.
Mhm.
We have an SOC indicator, which you'll see light up shortly when we start it up. And we've also got the Wi-Fi dongle. This is all packaged within the system inside the box.
Okay.
Now, we only have a Wi-Fi connection to this device. There is no hardwired Ethernet or communication.
Okay. Right. And what's the range like? Is it all right?
It's all right.
Yeah.
We haven't seen too many reliability issues.
Okay.
But if you are out of range of Wi-Fi or having difficulty with the network, it's not necessary for commissioning.
Okay.
So you can commission a system. We have a function on the app called local commissioning,
Okay.
where your phone will connect directly to the dongle,
Okay.
and you can still start up the system.
Right.
But in Victoria, yeah, you do need that internet connection if you want to
Okay.
get feed and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we've got some questions in the chat over here. Let's just see what we've got to say. A little out of focus. I think we'll just fix that. If set up as a 3-phase, 3 units in parallel, will all 21 kilowatts be available?
Yes, so 7 kilowatts per phase. If you have a load that is big enough to pull the 21 kilowatts, it'll all be available to you. The only thing we can't control is the balance of batteries between phases. So if phase 1 is very busy,
yep,
and phase 2 and 3 are not doing much,
yep,
you can still pull that high load, but it's very likely in that backup scenario, phase 1 will drop off first.
Because the batteries aren't combined, so they're not sharing their resources in that scenario.
Correct.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And there was a question about off-grid there from Jason, I think.
Right. So we do have the ability to control a generator, turn it on and off for off-grid.
Mm-hmm.
Suitable for off-grid, PowerPlus have done a lot of off-grid, and we use big inverters with transformers inside them.
Yep, you know what you're doing.
So this system here, transformerless, for 7 kilowatts, it is the peak for off-grid.
Yeah.
So you won't have that extra surge that the off-grid design inverters will give you.
Yeah.
If that's okay, so if we're talking small off-grid,
yeah,
we can work off-grid.
Yeah.
And we can have that control for the generator to turn it on and off when the battery SOC gets low. And we can have our solar connected directly. That's DC coupled. So it's got black start capability as well with solar.
Yeah.
So suitable for off-grid, but you really need to pick your systems.
Yeah.
So make sure that the load is always going to remain below what the system can give you, which is the 7 kilowatts.
So be a bit more careful with your design, and maybe for sort of
inductive loads can be a challenge. So if you've got an old, water pump from the 60s, beware.
Yeah, no off-grid welding sheds and things like that. Yeah, okay.
Because they always have a welding shed.
Yeah, maybe tiny homes might be a good fit for that sort of thing. Yeah, not nice on the outside. Let's go back over to our connections over here. So we've got, did we cover that little breaker that's there?
Yep, the battery breaker.
Yep, okay, it's built-in battery breaker. And we've got the Wi-Fi. So in terms of the physical connections, assuming that we've done this side as well, we're done, aren't we?
Yes, correct. So once the stack is complete,
yep,
AC cable coming to the system, AC cable going away from the system if you've got your backup circuit hooked up,
yep,
and your communication cable from the energy meter.
Great, that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So let's go through what actual commissioning steps we need to do.
Right. So first thing is we'll power the system on.
Okay.
So when we power on the system, the first thing we do is we turn on our DC breakers.
Okay.
So in this case, we don't have solar, but I'll still turn it on.
So you turn the PV breaker on before, right? Turn on the battery breaker. Is that right?
The order between PV and battery won't matter too much.
Okay.
It's mainly that it's just before the AC breakers. If we close the AC breakers first and we do the DC breakers second, you're more likely to get an arc across the DC breakers.
Okay.
Because it's a transformerless system.
Yeah.
Closing the AC completes a circuit out to somewhere.
Right.
But if the AC breakers are open, it's got nowhere to go, so you're less likely to have arcing on the DC switch.
Okay, cool. So we've done our PV breakers, we've done our DC breakers, then we turn on our AC breakers.
Yep. And
now
the grid will also help very much too.
Grid. Okay, so if the grid wasn't there, would it have turned on at that point?
If I hit the on switch, it would have turned on with the battery.
Right.
So once I've got all my sources on, I can hit the on switch, which
Okay.
is now lit up blue. If you want to have a quick look at that, without the on switch depressed, it won't light up.
Oh yeah.
So if that's blue, then it's on.
Okay, great.
Now, these LEDs here, we can see a few different things. So the top LED is the battery. So the battery is going to synchronize. There we go. This is solar. So it's turned off. It means there's no solar connected.
Okay.
That's true.
Yep.
This is the grid connection. So it's telling us that the grid is there.
Yep.
And this flashing light here is the system just having a look to see if an energy meter is there.
Right.
Once it's solid, which it is now,
Right.
it's very happy with us.
Okay, so it's found our energy meter.
Yeah.
And the energy meter is, what's the format of the energy meter? It's a single pole?
Single pole or one DIN, so it doesn't take up much space.
Okay.
So the feedback we got from a lot of installers is a 4 DIN meter is going to be a deal breaker.
Yes.
And a 2 DIN meter is also annoying, especially if you have to run all the active power through it.
Yeah. So this is a CT-based meter, is it?
CT-based meter. So 1 DIN meter with a CT clamp attached. And the CT clamp is up here on our very, very temporary setup for the
Testing area, not showcase installation.
Yeah.
And it comes with that CT?
It comes with that CT.
How long is that cable? It looks like it's about a meter, right?
About a meter.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's the actual energy meter that will be in your meter box.
Yep.
Pretty close to the main switch, so you won't have to run too far from it to get to where it needs to go.
Fantastic. It's just Cat 5 in between them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And once we've done that, do we need to do anything else?
So now that the system is powered on, it's just waiting to be commissioned.
Yep.
So it's not actually going to produce anything now. It's just going to remain in idle.
Okay.
Especially when it's first powered up. If it was powered up previously,
yep,
it would keep its memory of where it is and who it is, and it would start up after 60 seconds.
Okay.
And even if it did, you wouldn't know because it doesn't make a noise. Hence the name Whispr.
Yeah, that's right. So it doesn't have any fans or anything, right?
The only thing that will tell us it's doing something is if we hear relays click after about 60 seconds or so.
Okay.
And if this battery light is flashing, it means the battery is discharging.
Right. Yeah, which light did you say?
The top light for the battery.
Yep.
When that is solid, it's charging or in idle.
Okay.
If that is discharging, it will be flashing.
Great. Okay. And it doesn't have any electrolytic capacitors in it, right? They're all film capacitors?
Correct. Yes.
And so this can mean it's going to last a lot longer because it's always the electrolytic.
Yes. One of the first things, and we're not going to open it today because screwdriver.
No.
But one of the first things you see when you open a typical inverter is a big army of capacitors all lined up next to each other.
Right. Yeah.
You only need 1 or 2 to complete the circuit, and the rest are just there to prolong the life of the system.
Fantastic. So that's redundancy.
Yep. And when you open up our system, you don't see that.
Fantastic.
You'll see a different setup there. You know, really nice inductors, better tuning.
Yeah.
And our efficiency numbers are quite high. So this inverter, it's a patent owned in Australia.
Yeah.
So it was designed here. And we just get our technology partner to manufacture it for us.
Fantastic. Okay.
So the next step would be to commission the system.
Yep.
And for that, we use the phone. Do we have any clever way to show off the phone screen?
I think that we have a way. I'm not sure that it's very clever. We're just going to hold it up to this.
Right.
So let's just get this on a nice angle down here. If you can bring that over. People can see what you're doing. So we download the app. Where did we get the app from?
Right. So I've got the app on my desktop here. Just trying to get that phone. Should we lay the phone on a flat surface like a table so it doesn't
Probably a pretty smart idea. Yeah. So why they give you the award for the brains, Edwin? Okay. All right. Okay, cool. What are we doing?
Excellent. So you can go to the App Store,
Mm-hmm.
and inside the App Store, you can click search and you can look up PowerPlus Energy. And in the App Store, you'll see our app just here. So it's sort of mirrored on the camera. It's a bit strange.
Oh, that's no good. Wonder if I can do anything about that.
We're running mirrored.
Yeah. Okay.
That's okay. So once you download the app from the App Store, you can open up the app. And the first thing that you'll be greeted with won't be this. It will actually be a login screen to create an installer account.
Okay. I will try and change that camera. Just give me 1 second, because I think that's going to be a bit tricky for people. Let's try and get that doing something different. Is that mirrored? It is mirrored. Is it mirrored? Can people tell me, is it mirrored on your end? Because I know this software can be funny sometimes with Google Meet. Can you please tell me if it's actually mirrored on the end that you're seeing, or is it okay?
So is the word power in the correct direction?
It was upside down, you said. So it's not upside down. It's mirrored.
Yeah.
It's mirrored. Okay. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do about that. I don't know what the cause of that is.
So the first screen that you'll be greeted with is a login screen, and there's a little button underneath the big white login that says create installer account.
Okay.
This is your first step. So every installer will create their account.
Yep.
You only need to do this once, and that's the account that you'll use to commission every Whispr that you install.
Right.
So,
okay. So you have one installer account.
That's right.
That's
What I'll do is
convenient.
I'll take the phone away and log into my account.
So that's very convenient. So you can do all this without creating a customer's account. You just got your one installer account.
That's correct.
That's great.
Now, inside your installer account, this is where you will create your end user accounts.
Okay.
So there'll be a button that says settings,
Mhm.
and the first thing right at the top, which is the first step that you take,
Mhm.
will say create user account in plant.
Okay.
When you click on this, you'll just fill in this information. This information is for your customer,
Yep.
your end user,
Mhm.
and so is the email address, of course.
Okay.
And to create their account, once you type in an email, you'll send a code,
Okay.
and the customer will need to tell you what that code is because it will go to their email address.
And you need to do this to commission the system?
You don't need to do it to commission the system, but you will need to do it if your customer wants online monitoring.
Right. Okay.
So
and can you do this ahead of time?
we can.
Okay.
So you can create as many plants as you like ahead of time
Yep.
at home in the car.
Okay.
The only thing you'll need to be on site for is to add the device to the plant.
Okay.
Okay. And just for example, if you wanted to just get commissioning done and go,
Yep.
you could click on local commissioning.
Okay. So that's so we went to settings, and then we went down to sort of the bottom there. That was local commissioning.
Now you can't see it very well here, but it does want to scan a QR code.
Okay,
so maybe we can roam with the camera.
We can.
So the QR code that it wants is on the Wi-Fi dongle here.
Hi, I'll just show those people. They've probably all seen this type of thing before. Just scan that QR code.
Yep.
So everyone's going to do that now. Nobody will notice that the QR code's the wrong way around. Okay, now what have we got?
So inside here, we'll have what the inverter is doing now. You can see that it's on pretty much standby. It's not doing anything. Device mode. This is set to default would be auto.
Okay.
So auto is self-consumption.
Okay.
So if the load is 1 kilowatt, it will go directly from solar. If the load is less than a kilowatt and you've got 1 kilowatt of solar, you'll charge the battery.
Yep.
Just how every hybrid works.
Mm-hmm.
Inside device control, it lets you manually power off, power on the system.
Okay.
Clear faults, stay in standby. Or you can set specific power output of the system. So you can manually control your system. So if you're just say have a wholesale plan with Hanwha but no VPP, and you really want to micromanage it, you could.
Just sit there and twiddle your thumbs. And so are we connected? In order to be doing this, we're connected to the Wi-Fi of the dongle, are we?
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. And we did that by scanning the QR code. And so when the customer wants to do that, they have to scan that each time, or is the hotspot just there, and once they've connected, it's ready to go?
Well, it's a bit different when you connect to Wi-Fi and go through the process a bit more thoroughly.
Okay.
So what we normally do is click on Add Device.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd scan the QR code.
Mhm.
Now, this time, it's going to connect to the system via Bluetooth.
Right, okay. With the same QR code. That's clever.
Now, see select plant.
Mhm.
We have a plant that we've already created. So
Okay.
this would be like your end user account list, basically.
Okay.
So you click on the plant that you want to allocate the device to.
Mhm.
Now, it says Wi-Fi SSID, and you click get. This will display the SSID of the network that your phone is connected to.
Right.
So the easiest thing to do here is ask the customer for their own Wi-Fi password,
Yep.
which actually might not be so easy sometimes.
Yeah.
But you want to connect your smartphone to the customer's own Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
That way, this process will happen really easily. And I'll type in a password.
So some steps to do before you're commissioning it. It's a good idea. You need to have made your, it's the first time you've done one, you need to have made your installer account. And to make life easy, before you went to site, you could have set up the users, what did you call it? Plant.
Yep.
And then when you get to site, you connect to their Wi-Fi. Then this process here will be very quick.
That's right. Now that we've connected it to Wi-Fi,
Mhm.
we can go to configure device grid profile.
Okay.
There is one section above it that says installation photos.
Yep.
I'll click on that one quickly. When you take installation photos, it still asks you to scan the QR code.
Right.
So it'll allocate these photos to the device as well.
Well, that's great.
This will also be for, I guess, a bit of warranty protection.
Yeah.
So if there is something called into question,
Yeah.
if you take these installation photos, and it will give you a bunch of different views to take, so front on, side on.
Oh, it actually specifies the
It
angle.
does specify, and it will save them in those sections.
Yep. Okay.
So if there is a dispute on warranty and you want us to have a look,
Yeah.
when we log in, if we see these photos, it does help us eliminate a lot of
Yeah.
silly questions that we have to ask at the start.
Do you have to do that, or it's just a good idea?
It's just a good idea.
Okay.
And below installation photos, configure device and grid profile.
Okay.
So you'll see that it's locked.
Okay.
So you'll need the service password for this, which is capital R
Mhm.
EDX
Yep.
at, and today's date, which would be 2025, and then the month 09, and I think 17, 17.
Right. So that's a dynamic password.
Dynamic password. It changes each day.
Is that in the manual?
It is in the manual.
Okay. Great.
You'll see it's unlocked now.
Mhm.
Now, at this point, most installers, you select Australia A, B, or C.
Mhm.
But for us, we select our grid operator.
Right. Okay. That's good.
So this helps us because all the grid operators are coming up with different ways to do CSIP and dynamic export and backstop and whatever we call it. So in this area, we are on United.
Okay.
The next step is to type in the NMI for the customer.
Okay.
Get this correct if you want CSIP to work.
Mhm.
And the generation soft limit and hard limit, you leave a standard of 7,000.
Yep.
But the export limits, they'll come default set to 0.
So you've got hard generation soft limit, generation hard limit, because people won't be able to read this. The top two, you leave those. But the third one down is export soft limit.
Yep. And export hard limit, they'll both be set to 0, 1.
Yep.
Because we assume that someone's going to stuff up and not do CSIP correctly, and it's
Right.
easier to export
Right.
otherwise. So that's just the default, but we change these if you know you're going to get CSIP done.
Okay.
So change them to the rated power of the system. The only note is the export soft limit. If you have a system with other AC coupled solar, for example,
Mhm.
and you want to set an export limit for the whole site,
Yeah.
this takes into account what that system can produce.
The soft limit.
So imagine if you had, you were told this is a 5 kilowatt export limited site.
Yeah.
And you have 7 kilowatts here and a 5 kilowatt previous inverter.
Yeah.
If you set this to 5,000.
Yeah.
The other inverter can't be controlled, but if it's exporting 5,000 watts to the grid, we'll export 0
Yeah.
to make sure that whole limit hits 5,000.
Okay.
But if you don't have any other generation sources, just setting it to the paper powers. Okay. Save and lock.
And the export hard limit, what's that for?
Export hard limit is just an internal limit for the system. If it produces more than what its power is actually rated for, it will limit itself. It's just something that was required by its 40%.
Okay, right. So we save that. Save the settings.
So it says success, which is cool. Now, a few things happen here. It selected the correct profile for the region that I've selected, which was Victoria United Energy, so Australia A. And it's got the NMI number here that you entered. You can edit it if you've made a mistake. And then all of the fancy CSIP stuff. So this is the wrong NMI, so it will fail, but it's already actioning the process for CSIP.
Right.
Because it's connected to the internet.
How long does that take?
Probably 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
Depending on your luck.
Right. So you don't have to fill out any other paperwork.
The only one where you do, I believe, is Gemini in Victoria.
Right.
That's where you'll need this second number here, the LFDI. So you can press a button to view the LFDI.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, maybe we shouldn't view it on the video, but it's not important. It's just you have to hand in the LFDI number to Gemini so they can identify the system. So Gemini's process is just a little bit different. All the other ones are automated.
And that gets automatically generated by this process.
That's correct. Cool. And that's about everything really to do for commissioning.
Right. So it's operational now.
Now that we've got the grid profile, we can turn it on. Because if it's set to auto, it will just function. Okay. Because we've got no loads and we've got no solar. Yeah. You're not going to hear much going on. Right. But it is operational now. Okay. Fantastic. And so, are we done? We're done. Great. That's a commission system. That was pretty quick and easy. How are we going to time? About 10 minutes. So let's just have a chat about warranty type stuff. And it's appearing on the account too. So we can actually see information there. Great. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just move this back to the iPod over here. So what's the warranty? The 10-year standard warranty. Okay. That's for the batteries and for the inverter. Fantastic. In terms of customer service and things like that, they just call PowerPlus. They call PowerPlus. Yep. You'll only ever deal with PowerPlus. Okay. Unless you have to do something very fancy with CSIP that you don't know anything about. Okay. Because the handshake between the DNSPs is handled by the owner of our web server, which is technically not PowerPlus. So that's the only instance where we would seek outside help, is if there's something to do with an API integration or something to do with the CSIP handshake failing. Okay, right. But for the most part, we'd help you 95% of the way with that. Fantastic. Okay. Any other sort of gotchas or common issues that you come across? We haven't, I wouldn't say anything is a common issue. Sometimes customers are a bit unhappy that we don't have a hardwired connection and that we only have Wi-Fi. Right. So that can probably be sometimes a bit of a challenge. Okay. Everything else is fairly straightforward and standard. Is there any maintenance needs to be done to it? No, the only maintenance would be just to keep an eye on the outside coating. Yep. Okay. If you see any rust, let us know. Yeah. But that's much of a muchness. I'm just trying to invent things that you need to look for maintenance. Okay. It is IP65. It is designed for outdoor installation. We don't recommend installing in direct sunlight. Yeah. Like many other products, installed under an eave is okay. Yep. But it is IP65. With your meter cabling or communication cables, use the kit that we give you to make that connection IP65 as well. Yeah. Okay. So don't just plug in a raw Ethernet cable into the port. Use the little kit that we give you to make sure that connection is secure. Does it come with a blank IP45, or does it just come with the just with surround? Surround. Yeah. Okay. Great. So let's see if there's any questions. Go back over here. Whispr 7 to Whispr 5. Oh yeah, that was something that that's something to do with WA, right? Not just WA, I think some areas of Queensland as well, especially when they've got an existing 5 kilowatt system, right? And you want to add an AC coupled battery, which could be the Whispr without PV, just staying below that 10 kilowatt limit. Right. Yep. So we only sell basically the Whispr 7, right? So it's one inverter, it's one platform, it's what we stock. We can convert it to a Whispr 5 on site. Right. Okay. So once it's connected, we can upload a version of software that factory locks it to become its 5 kilowatt equivalent. Right. Which is also a CEC listed product. Okay. So the hardware between the two platforms is actually identical.
Yeah.
It's just as long as it's hardware locked at the factory level
Mhm.
and no one can change it,
Yeah.
it will become a Whispr 5.
Okay.
And we will give you new nameplates
Okay.
and stickers to go along with it.
And can that be done ahead of time, or it has to be done once it's been commissioned on
It
site?
can be done ahead of time if you connect it to the internet first.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if you're going to order a lot of them and you need them all to be 5s, we can
Yeah.
discuss, potentially doing it on our side.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's good to know. Well, that's great. I think we've probably just about covered it all. So in terms of supply and things, these are available now from DPA, and tech support is available through us and through PowerPlus. And if you've just got any questions, got any quotes you want to do and you need some help, just get in contact with us. And otherwise, no more questions. So we'll just call it a day there. Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you.
Cheers. I was testing whether I know how to turn it off.